I am conscious of everything, or at least I try to be. That's why I read everything. That's why I watch everything. I don't leave the house. To me, when you're a head football coach at a major institution like Penn State, you're on all the time, and that's where the job becomes difficult. There's really no downtime. That's why I can't wait to get our house and get my basement set up, because that's where I will live. And if I want to have fun, I'll invite friends to the house, because you go out and you're having a pop and you're laughing and you're drinking, and someone takes that picture, and it may be completely harmless, but how people perceive things, you have to worry about. It's a shame that you have to live that way now, but that's a little bit of how society is. So it's just part of the job. But you're on. It's like I say, playing quarterback. You're not just the quarterback during the game. You're the quarterback from the time you wake up in the morning, when you go to class, when you go out on Saturday night. You're the quarterback, and you have to carry yourself as such. And some people would look at that as pressure. If you look at it as pressure, you're going to have a problem. You just got to look at it as part of the job. It's just how it is.
It's kind of in that same vein with perceptions and all that. How do you hope that the fans see, like within these first few months, how do you hope that they are sort of seeing the work that you've done and the way that they look at you?
I don't know. I would hope that they see a guy that is passionate and emotional and caring for people in general, and for Penn State, for my family, and for the community. I hope that's what they see. I hope they see a guy who's hardworking and conscientious. That's how I would like to be perceived. Now, whether that's true or not, or that's how people see me or not, I'm not sure. But I take a lot of pride in what I do. I try to be transparent. That the hard thing with this job is, I want people to really be able to get to know me, and my personality is to get up and not be the standard coach who's dry and boring and give you these real boring answers. But you have to be so careful. The minute you let your guard down, you say something and people take a quote and then they put it in the newspaper, and it's not how it was intended, is difficult. And I understand now, after being in the business a little while, why people over time put a wall up and become so rigid. And I hope I don't have to do that. There's very few guys that have been able to go through the whole profession and been able to do that. Spurrier and Les Miles are the only two that I know. But I'd love to be one of those guys where I'm able to kind of stay true to who I am and allow people to kind of get to know you. But I do understand why people get to those just standard boring answers and maybe go through an hour and a half press conference and never really say anything. I think that's why you guys keep coming around, because you're saying, this guy's going to say something eventually because he's letting his guard down. But I'd like to do that. And I'd like to have a relationship with you guys where you respect what we're trying to do, and I respect what you're trying to do, and you do it with journalistic integrity, and you do it for the right reasons. That's what I'd like it to be. I'd like to go both ways. When Penn State was very successful, New Jersey was very good to Penn State. Delaware is very good to Penn State. Maryland, D.C., and Northern Virginia, the DMV. When you say that from other parts of the country, people don't know what you're talking about. When you say it around here, they do. I remember I was at Vanderbilt one time. I said I was recruiting the DMV, and people said, Department of Motor Vehicles. What are you talking about? But yeah, very important. I made a comment earlier, and I think people took it out of context. But we are going to treat New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and D.C., Northern Virginia as in-state areas for us in terms of the attention that we put on it. You take a 6-hour radius of campus, that's what we're going to treat as in-state, and then we'll go other places to recruit nationally to do what we have to do to put our roster together. But we're going to approach it as in-state.